Welcome back to your hour. Kathy Adkins joins us now, and she is a dementia specialist, which I don't think there's very many people on this earth right now that aren't affected in some way by someone with dementia.
It's more all the time, and I've stated this before, but the authorities and the experts in this field are saying that by 2040, 47.2% of the United States are going to be dealing with someone with dementia. Either they've got the beginnings of dementia or they're taking care of someone with dementia. So it's increasing all the time.
And it's kind of scary.
It is scary. It is scary.
Um, if you're concerned, if I'm concerned about my own mental health, are there things that I should be looking for that might indicate some cognitive decline?
There really are. Everyone forgets where they laid their phone or their car keys down. That's just a normal part of life. But ladies in particular, we all have one recipe that we have made forever.
Mm-hmm.
We never have to get out measuring spoons, or we never have to look at a recipe. But when you go to make that recipe and you suddenly can't remember the ingredients,
Mm-hmm.
that's a tip that something's very, very wrong. That doesn't mean you have dementia. It could mean that you're dehydrated and your brain doesn't have enough water. You haven't had enough sleep, which are two of the compounding effects with dementia. That you probably need to look at some of those things and correct that before you go running to the doctor. It takes so long to get into the doctor's office anyway before you say, oh, I think I have dementia. And I had very, very smart physician 35, 40 years ago say, if you can ask the question, you don't have the problem, because that's putting too much information together.
Really?
So if you can ask the question, you likely don't have the problem.
But
But
you need to be on the lookout.
you
for
do
it.
need to be
Yeah.
on the lookout and pay attention. There's a wonderful movie. It's not a new movie that people can find on Hulu or wherever they find their movies, and it's called Still Alice. Um, Juliana Moore and Alec Baldwin, couldn't remember their names. They portray someone, a college professor, who actually is getting dementia, and it shows dementia from their side of the street, and it's scary. Worked with a lady this last week who was terrified and very belligerent, because when you don't know what to do with your body or what you're supposed to do next, that's a very scary situation.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us have been pretty much in control of our bodies since we were teenagers, but and she has some very, very scary signs that's probably she's going to require being cared for, because she's not making good decisions.
Wow. Um, so are there things that we can do to improve or enhance our brain function?
Certainly. Some people think that playing or doing Sudoku and stuff like that, if they're really good at that, that's not helping you. Picking up some kind of a musical instrument and making yourself learn something new. Do something that makes you uncomfortable. If you're normally or someone who sits at a desk, or you're not very active and so forth, start trying to learn Zumba from a CD you can get from the library, or ballroom dancing, or something that makes you really make your head hurt and think.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're helping lay down new neuronal tracks.
You're challenging your
You're
brain.
challenging your brain, and those things where you've taken a really hard test that you just come out and say, oh, my head hurts, those are good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Try to learn a foreign language. Just 2 or 3, 4 or 5 words. Just keep building on it.
I haven't mastered English yet.
Most of us haven't. You hate math? Well, try really hard to work some very simple. There are children in 2nd grade who are doing algebra right now and learning language.
Mm-hmm.
So any adult can find some easy math problems and work your way through them.
Okay. So, what kinds of activity are good for people that want to stave off dementia?
movement. You need to keep moving. You need 30 minutes of good exercise every day. It could be in your house. Again, you can put on there's senior activity and exercise DVDs all over. You can stand in front of your television and march for 15 minutes. You can do some gentle twists and some gentle yoga, keeping those joints moving, but you're keeping your body fluids moving and you're picking that heart rate up a little bit. So anything that you don't have to get out and buy special shoes or go someplace special, you can do it all in your home. You can have some resistance bands that you're working with. Anything that's helping build those muscles up a little bit will help your brain, because your brain is kind of like a muscle.
Well, again, we run out of time before we get very far, but you'll be back, right?
I will if you want. Thank you so much.